Good morning, everybody. It's about 4 a.m. and I'm going to try to do real quick a video and show you how to make a book. That's the question that I get asked the most often, how I make my books look as old and aged as they do. This is not a short process. If you're into throwing something together before you go to work or while you're cooking supper, you won't want to do this, because just the prep on my books takes forever. This book, well, let's just start over. I'm going to show you how to go from this. This is the front cover. This is a blank book. And sometimes I'll put doilies and glassine bags and things in there before I stitch them. I cut the size I want. I do the 3-stitch in the middle. I have a cover, and this time we're using the old Grandpa Logbook cover for these books here. And there's the back. But just to make, let's lay this aside so we know we did that. Just to make these two pieces, that took forever, because I took them to the barn, to the workshop, and I used the sander. And I'd sand and I'd rub them down with flour or baking soda, either one, and then rub that all the way off, and then I would do it again to get the black look and then get the aged look. And then you have all that sanded paper with the rough edges, and so you have to coffee dye it again. So I mean, that is a long process. And then to put those together, hang on, I'm not good at videos, tutorial videos, and I hope this is going to be okay. But this will give you an idea anyway, and then just use your own noggin and go from there. Then I just take a piece of fabric, and this is just some old fabric. I buy old blouses and shirts and things at yard sales, and I haven't even been to a yard sale since before the pandemic, but I still have tons. I am running low on real rough fabric. I just take a piece of fabric, cut it to size, put it down the outside there, glue that all in, and then you have to secure it on the inside too. So that's the way we make the outside of the book. I also use all sizes of doilies, and I buy them by the package on Amazon. This one even has love on it. I love that. I buy them on Amazon by the package, and you'll just get tons in your package, sometimes 100 for $6 instead of 10 for $6 on Etsy. And that's nothing against Etsy, but I'm 74 years old, and I'm from the generation where we pinch pennies on no matter what we're doing. We pinch pennies, and I do that. So I get all of my stuff, almost all of my supplies, from Amazon. Glassine bags, everything. I have 4 sizes of glassine bags. So I get all of that on Amazon. I also use paper pages. And I use, you can get books at the Dollar Tree. Just be careful what you get, because you want to be conscious of what it's saying on there in case somebody can read something you've got. You don't want a book with something off color in it. I'm very picky about the books I buy. I buy inspirational, motivational, that type thing. And then I dunk them in the coffee and bake them in the oven. I bake them at 350. I have 5 cookie sheets. I fill the cookie sheets, stack them in the oven, turn that oven on 350, stand right there by it, get them done, get them out of there. It takes 1 to 2 minutes. And then if I have some that I don't have the degree of color that I want, I put them back in there and do it again. Dunk them again, bake them again. This is a piece of a paper towel that I have already cut off of, tore off of, to use in this book that I'm working on now. I did that just yesterday. This is a piece of wax paper. I bake and dunk and bake wax paper in the oven. Do it at the same 350. The best coffee for this is espresso. That gives the richest color and the best smell. And I like the smell. Some people say they don't like the smell of coffee, but I love the smell of coffee. This is another paper towel, just a different kind of paper towel. You know, paper towels have designs on them, so I get them at the Dollar Tree, the dollar store, and I just use those. I just use them for anything. I'll use them for over a paper page. This is a piece of just plain old copy paper that I have coffee dyed and baked in the oven. And then I dunk it in the coffee. It's early. My mind is not sharp. I'm not as hyper at 4:30 in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning as I am at noon. But, I mean, I'm hyper, but my brain's not kicked in. But anyway, I dunked this in the coffee. I put them on the cookie sheets. And then before I stick them in the oven, I sprinkle with cinnamon. I sprinkle them with cinnamon. Yes, I do. And that's what gives that look. And it also gives the best smell in your books. It really makes your books smell. So many people talk about the smell of some of my books, and I don't always do it. Depends on the theme of the book. But I do that. I sometimes, and this is just a plain piece with nothing on it, just a piece. This started out as a white piece of paper, just like, white piece of copy paper. And then after you dunk it and bake it, you have that. You have that look. So that's that. That's the way I do that. The best coffee is the espresso. Gives the best color, the best flavor, in my opinion. Now, you do what you want. A lot of people don't like this grungy look. They like the shabby chic and frilly and all that, and that's okay, too. I started out shabby chic years and years ago, and I've said in my description in my YouTube channel, I've been doing this so long, I thought it was my idea. I didn't know there was such a thing as junk journals, and I call my books just junk books, not knowing what people were calling them. So I called them junk books. Let's see, there's just so much to just getting the book ready. I mean, getting this book ready from this, I don't know how many hours I spent. I should have kept tabs. I'm trying to keep tabs on this one. Yesterday morning when I started, I had 22 hours in it already. 22 hours in this book. This is the book that I got the idea from my friend Tanya Ferguson, and her channel is Scribbles in Time, and you need to check her out because she does some fantastic passport books. But I got the idea from her earlier in the week on the last passport book that she made, and I just fell in love with that book, and I thought, I'm going to do that. Well, you have to have a creative mind. I say that so often, but that is the main thing you need. You can make a book like this without ever going to Hobby Lobby and without ever getting on Amazon. You may not have the glassine bags, or you may not have the doilies. I don't think I have any doilies in here yet. There'll probably be one or two in here before it's done. But you don't have to have that stuff to make a book like this. This book can be made by things you have at home. If you have, if you want the grunge look, you do need the coffee, and you do need to bake them, and do the little things like that. But yesterday morning before I started, I had 22 hours in the book already, and then I worked from noon. I had a busy morning and didn't get started yesterday morning, but I worked from noon until 6 p.m., so I had that many more hours in it. And I hope to get in 2 hours today, but I've got a busy morning again today, and then I don't know. We're having some storms, I think, this afternoon, and I'm afraid of storms, and my brain just doesn't work when it's storming. So I have the geezer. If he's in the workshop, if it's going to storm bad, I have him come in and sit in the recliner and be in there with me, because I am terrified of storms. 74 years old, and I'm terrified of streak lightning or tornado winds. We had the 2003 tornado go through here, and oh my goodness, we were huddled in our little, I have a little cubby hole for the storms, for tornadoes, and we were huddled in that corner, wrapped in pillows and quilts and all that stuff, and the roar from that tornado was so loud, we couldn't even talk to each other. I was yelling at him. I was yelling because it was going toward one of our kids' homes. You could tell by the sound and the direction we had just seen on TV. You could tell it was going that direction. And as soon as I could talk at all, I called the sheriff's office and I said, we just had that tornado go through here. It is horrific, and it's heading to my kid's house. Could you please send somebody up on their road? And I told her where they lived, just north of us. And I said, check and make sure they're okay, because they live in a big double wide. And I was so worried. And Anyway, that was a bad, bad tornado. F4, I think. That's about as bad as it gets. So it destroyed 33 miles of Massac County. How did I get off on that? I'm going to try to get in 2 hours on this book today. That's how I got into it. So this is what I've got so far. And so I'm going to close this video down, get it uploaded, and then I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to walk you through what I've done so far. And as I'm doing the rest of this book, I'm going to try to do a video just about every day, and I'm going to walk you through what I'm doing to this book and what I've done to each page. And I've got a long way to go yet. You know, this is why I started out selling these books. Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed to even tell this, but I didn't know any better. I started out selling my books at $15 a piece because I thought nobody would want them, and I wanted to get rid of them after spending all the time. But they have evolved into quite an ordeal, and I love making them. This book is probably the most fun I have had making any book. I'll tell you about it later. I'm going to close this video down, go down and upload it. I talked to our daughter. She works at the radio station. She runs the radio station, and she goes in early in the morning, and it's in an isolated area in the county, so I'm online, and we talk while she checks out the building when she gets in there and locks herself in and gets her weapons. And so I'll be back. I'm going to upload this. We're going to start doing this just a little bit every day or two if we can. I'm going to talk you through some of this. Get you some paper. Get you some of these supplies. Get you some things going like this. And I'll be back. Talk to you in a bit. Watch all the videos. Go back to August 2019. And there's 5 days in a row, starting with August 2019, where we made a book. We made a page a day. We worked together. And at the end of those 5 days, you will not believe the books the grandma group had when they got done. I was amazed they had books that looked like I made them. And you can do the same thing. I'll share anything I can. I'll help you in any way I can. But click to subscribe. Make comments on the video. That's going to help me rank with YouTube. Give me a little like button. Click your bell so the bell will let you know when I make a video, because we're going to be having a lot more. And let's see if we can't grow this channel and get some things going here. Get some things happening in Round Knob Canyon. Okay, back in a bit. Love y'all.